See how long stream your. There we go. We are live. Hi. How is everyone? Hello, Nick. Hello, Persephone. How are you guys doing? Hello, Nicole. Uh, also, Anna came with the double duty saying hello. Also, JC GoFundMe is pinned at the top of the comments if you would like to support JC or if you need to grab the link to share it. Also, watch her videos and all of that good stuff. We are very much into work mode. We got things to do. I do have topics. Like every stream that I do, the first one is um, do you prep things outside of your writing life during NaNoWriMo events to accommodate more time for your writing? This is going to be right now a yes or no question. The follow-up when I ask more is going to come later. Don't worry about it. Um, Hello, cool. Yes, we're gonna work. Work, work, work. So I'll go ahead and change this to a scroll. So it'll scroll while we um sprint. If you are new to this specific type of my stream, we're gonna do a 20, a 25, and a 30. Sprint that order, and then we're gonna have a 5, a 10, and a 15-minute break to chat. Before we actually go to a stream, I will let my friend Anna introduce herself if you by any chance don't know this marvelous human being.
Um, Hello, I'm pretty sure everyone here knows me, but I'm Anna. I write things. I'm an academic. Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready to work. We got this. That's my intro for now.
Quickest intro ever. Persephone, I cleaned the house, did the laundry, planned some meals, go grocery. Oh, okay, this is the answer. That's awesome. Um, I'm Esther. You're at my channel. I imagine you have an idea who I am if you're here. If not, hi, welcome. I'm a little chaotic usually. I will shut up so we can work. See you guys in 20 minutes. At this point, the 7 seconds are done.
The 7 seconds became many.
How is that for you, Anna?
It was good. Yeah, I just did some planning for like what I'm gonna do over the
Mhm.
weekend and like some reset stuff. So that was good. What about you?
Nice, nice. I did a couple of questions about the book that I mentioned, but I'm like, nah, this is just like it's kind of like starts like way, way, way onto like thinking of an idea and then going from that. I'm like, I already have the idea. I just need to plot the entire book out. So I'm
Yeah,
just
no,
like, no, it's not gonna work. I'm gonna go back to my try and true process. So I was like, before I set like specifics, I tried to like dump a lot of scenes on a document. So that's what I'm doing, just
nice.
dumping all
Yeah.
the scenes that I have in my head, and then
Do
I'll
you
figure out
yeah.
orders.
Do you write out the scenes or do you just say like a line like X thing happens in this scene?
I know I pretty much go in like this happened like right now I pretty much wrote the inciting incident, which
Ooh.
I think is gonna be how the book starts, or maybe chapter 2. It's gonna be
Mm-hmm.
very early.
Nice.
um so yeah,
Mhm.
I wish I could say but I'm like being like very,
No, no,
very
no,
quiet about that.
no.
So
That's
Eva
very
came
interesting.
in,
Ooh.
JC came in. Obviously, you guys were chatting. Morgan came in. Ty also. Michael came in. And then for the question, do you do you prep anything outside of your life when you do any of the nano events?
Um, yes, I don't really do like I know a lot of people are like, "Oh, I meal prep and I blah blah blah." I think also partially because of like mental health and life and stuff. I do a lot of that anyway, like just cuz it like that kind of stuff to like make life easier. But yes, in that I just like organize my like work tasks to be like, okay, I need like X amount of time at the beginning of the day, the end of the day to like write words. And usually that cuts into like either my leisure or my work time, but yeah. What about you? Oh, you're muted.
Thank you.
Mhm. Mhm.
Persephone says that she cleans the house, does the laundry, does meal plan, go grocery shopping, that kind of stuff to like kind of like be set.
Mhm.
I wish. I mean, besides just telling my family that I'm like gonna be writing in a ridiculous amount of words and I need to write basically every day, I don't do anything else. Because usually when I take breaks, I take them to do just everyday life, so I don't go stir crazy.
Mhm.
Morgan says that no, but I probably should. And
Mhm.
Nicole says I try to, but it doesn't always work out because other things shoehorn themselves into my time. That's true. Also, the
Mhm.
next question, which is going to be for the longer break, is like if you do prep, what exactly you do? Like, like we were talking. Do you meal prep? Do you tell your family members you're doing this so they either keep you accountable or move out of the way? Um, do you like set up a like specific like dates to hang out with your friends so they don't eat up your writing time? Like I want specific if you do. If you don't, what would you like to do? That would be a good question. We are pretty much going to the next sprint. This is
Nice.
like quick.
Hardcore.
We are, yes,
Oh
we're here
man,
to work.
that's
I mean, I
amazing.
did said it. This is the only time that I get to prep for Kim, so I'm like,
Yeah. No, you got this. This is your prep
I'm
prep.
s-
Your prepping. Your
yeah. This is the
content
only time that I
for
have.
prep. Yeah.
Oh, jeez, ugh, I don't need a webinar. So this is the 25-minute. We got a Nia on chat. Hello, hello. We'll shut up and I'll see you guys in 24 minutes. And that was the second sprint. It was a 25. While we were sprinting, Jen got here. Hello, hello. Pop in to hit the like. I hope your dinner is something really, really yummy. We got Felicia too in the house, and Eva shared the link to a short. She did, so check it out. Also, we got a Joanne here. Hello, friends. How was that sprint for you, Anna?
It was good. Yeah, I did some work on a paper that I'm gonna deliver. I'm doing a talk in like a couple weeks, so I need to like work on that paper.
Oh,
Yeah, and I
nice.
then started working on my CV for another thing that I'm applying for like after my thesis.
Nice, nice. Hopefully you'll get it if it's in the
Thank you.
cards.
Yeah.
Um, as for the question,
How did you do during
um, I besides like letting my family know like this is what I'm doing. And I constantly have to like remind him like, hey, I'm gonna go ride. I'm gonna put my headphones. I'm not here. I just forget I exist for a few
Yeah.
hours. Um, food wise, I take the cooking time as a break and just eat while I write. Um, or I just buy food, which is it's just you do what you gotta do to get it through. What I certainly do is I find shows to watch as my rewards, and kind of like to keep the creativity going. Because if I'm writing a lot, I tend to not read. So I need to
Me too.
find another source of creativity. So
Yeah.
that's when I binge watch a lot of movies or just make a long list of shows and I just go one by one taking them. Uh, that's what I usually prepare. I don't have any kids. I don't have any significant other that I have to give them time. It's just letting the fam know when I'm available and when I'm not.
That's good.
Uh, we got so Persephone says my fam is so used to me writing that when I tell them it's time for Cam or Nano, they just frown a little and go, "Oh yeah, okay," and the mumble grumble. That's funny.
Yeah.
And then Nicole says I try to incorporate time blocks. Do X at this time, do Y at this time, and so on and so forth. I If I'm working on multiple, if I decide, which happens a lot in camp, if I decide that I'm working on couple projects, I do tend to assign blocks or days for that. Um, if I'm doing just one project, I don't have to. It's just like writing time.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I actually, you were mentioning like you don't have a significant other you have to spend time with. I actually find it really helpful to like tell my partner like, "Oh, I'm doing Nano," and then he gets like excited for me. And the past couple Nanos or like this past camp and then like Nano before that, I've done a thing. I think I stole it from Kate Kavanaugh or like a similar idea where I just like write a bunch of little like rewards, and some of them are like rewards like make a nice like treat or something. Well, you'll like make a nice drink. But some of them are like things like, write a scene you're excited about or like write a sex scene or like write whatever. And then it's just kind of like fun to like pick it out and then like do the thing. And he gets excited because like he can like I like always tell him to draw it for me. So and then I do it when I've like reached a certain amount of words. So that's like always like a fun. I guess that's prep, but it's like makes it fun and stuff.
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
cool. My mom, she just like keeps being like, Did you row your words? Did you
Good.
get to your goal? Like, I'm
Mhm.
not seeing you at the laptop. I'm not hearing the keyboard. I'm like, I know.
Oh, that's really cute though. I love that.
So she's like on top of me when I tell her.
Yes. Yeah. Also, in terms of food, I have a slow cooker and I just make like a huge slow cooker meal and then eat like the same thing every day, which is like boring for some people, but it's helpful. And then there's like food. So.
Yeah, I'm a picky eater, so I eat the same thing over and over again.
Mhm.
So it's just like if my mom offers me to cook something, she's like, "What do you want?" And I'm like, "I'm the easiest person: chicken and rice, or chicken and fries. I'm a
Oh
kid.
my god.
Just give me a kid meal,
Oh
and
my
we're
god.
good."
That's so funny.
Yes, that was the second sprint, Nia. We're like, you did not came late. We're just like going at it because we got
Mhm.
things to do. There's some chatting
Mhm.
happening with the how are yous, and everyone is doing good, which
Correct.
I'm
Yes.
glad to hear that. So let me pop the next question because this one is kind of like a little bit longer. That's why I kind of like left a 15-minute break for it. So the question is, how do you start your prep period before diving into drafting? This doesn't have to be like completely related to a camp event.
Mhm.
Just what your preparations look like before you draft. I know for pansters it's gonna be like
Nothing. Yeah.
um either a lot like in their head and very little like actionable step or like tangible things. And I know it can get quite long for plotters.
Yeah.
So just let me know like do you like if you daydream, like how long do you daydream until you feel you can start writing? Do you like do aesthetics as you daydream? Do you like it's reading part of your preparation for your drafting is watching things with the same vibe part of your prep period. Like, just, I'm very curious. I was like, I don't want to know if people are plotter or pantser. That's kind of like a
Yeah.
that's it's just such a ask question everywhere. They ask the
Also,
same thing. I'm like,
it's
I
so
know.
binary. Like we all are,
Yeah,
everyone picks and chooses. Like,
yeah. I know
mhm.
everyone has a bunch of things they do or they think before they get into a draft. That's what I want to know. All of that.
Yeah. Hmm. Yeah.
I'm like very, very noisy about that. Um,
Oh, I love it.
so we're gonna go to the 30-minute if it wants to. Yeah,
Mhm.
I was like, if it wants to load, we can certainly do that. Let me go to 30 so I don't get asked for that second.
To please JC.
I am just kidding.
No.
So we're gonna go for the 30-minute sprint. This is the last sprint, guys. We're like working, working, working. So probably the stream is gonna end earlier, but I was just like, I don't want to go over 2 hours. So we're good on time and we're making headway. Also, I didn't say what I did for the 25-minute sprint. I was still writing some scenes, like just summaries of it, and I wrote one that I just like I made myself sad. This is oh no.
That's perfect. I love that though.
I was like,
Right.
oh, this poor bean.
That's the best feeling though, when you're like, I'm gonna make them suffer and I'm happy about
Yeah, it was so early on. I was like, this is a
it.
little too early, Esther, but whatever.
Yeah.
He can take it.
Yeah. Mhm.
Well, guys, we're going to do the last sprint. See you in 30 minutes, friends. And that was time. And that was our last sprint for the night. And oh god, I hate ads. Why? Why? There's no reason. For timers, there's no
Laura
reason.
the money.
Yeah, give Laura her money. How was that sprint for you?
It was good, yeah. I just started doing some grading for my job, but it was actually good. I enjoyed it.
That's good. That's good. How many scenes I. So I think I jotted down two long scenes. And one was. It was interesting because it was a lot of world building that I didn't really think of, but it made sense when I'm writing it. I'm like, huh, this fits.
Yeah.
So that's what I wrote. Just jotting down scenes. Right now, I'm seem to be a little bit on the chronological side, but I'm just switching POVs.
Mm-hmm.
Because this story has four main characters. So I'm like, who from who can show me the most?
Ooh, yes. I love
Um,
that.
so and it's kind of like I kind of have a character that is kind of like an outsider.
Mm-hmm.
So it was interesting to see that character from another character's POV that kind of like knows what's happening, sort
Mm-hmm.
of, but not completely. Because there's another character that really knows what's happening. This is like it's not his first rodeo, so it's
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of like making the comparison through that
Ooh, yeah.
POV, and there's
I really
some
like
word
that.
building in it.
Mm-hmm.
Felicia got 330 words. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so Anna, walk me through your process before drafting.
Okay, I got prepared because I realized I had like this thing from forever ago. So okay, first of all, the first thing that comes to me is like a vibe, right? I'm like there's this like strong sense of like I want to get X thing across, either get it across to the reader or just on the page or whatever. And it's like often like it's usually just like a maybe a scene, but like a sensation, an emotion, and like a vibe is how I put it. And then like from there, I'll just this is still like thinking, right? Like at this point, I'll be like, oh, I'll think about like the characters in the world and like the things that I can piece together to like get this across. And often like I will come up with like a scene or an image or a description or a character or something, and I might jot that down, but also sometimes I'll just save it and then I'll like just try and start drafting. But I found this random note card from a while. This is from like 2019. I was writing a Witcher fan fiction, and like the things that I have written on this are like the perfect like example of my brainstorming process. So like this is me brainstorming this Witcher fan fiction. It says tonic, a return to something like constancy, same key, same bass, a pattern of familiarities, scales Jaskier could play in his sleep. He hits a wrong note in a familiar melody, frowns, and sets his lute aside. And then it just has like random notes of dialogue. It says mountains bruising the skyline. And it's like just shit like that that I'm like, this is in my vibe, but it's not a story yet.
Oh, that is so interesting. Because for me, it's always plot. It's like, what if
Mhm.
this happened? I'm gonna use fan fiction for example,
Yeah, yeah,
or maybe I can use Marina for example because
yeah.
I mean that's
Mhm,
out there.
mhm,
It's like, what if the soulmate of the vampire who's like going on a 200 plus years revenge is the very last person they have to kill. Like that's just like premise, a plot premise is all it's what comes. And I'm like, okay, so who this like after that I'm like, okay, who this happened to? Because I don't have characters. It's always the plot. Like in my fan fiction is like, what if soulmates instead of like the classic tropes that they get like the name or a phrase or something like that, what if they get their forgotten items? And how do you piece, like, how do you find your soulmate with just lost items from them? So it's just like very plot. And then I'll just make a playlist, do a Pinterest board, and figure it out.
Yeah. I love that idea though, the lost items soulmates thing. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Mhm.
There is a fan fiction out there for that.
Good, yeah.
I am not gonna say it's the only thing I'm gonna say is K-pop. So,
Okay.
and that's huge. So,
Mhm. Yeah.
let me go through. So, Nia got more fam time. And also has a Sleepy Lucky on lab. Oh, that's probably so cute. And then Morgan did a 20-minute on her exercise bike and read a chapter of Atomic Habits. Persephone got distracted. Morgan, do another 20 minutes for Persephone. She'll keep it going for you, friend. Also, for the answers, we have Nicole says, I'm a last minute prepper. I usually don't have an idea of what to prep this early in the prep month, especially because my work schedule fluctuates so often. I can totally see that.
Mhm.
Mine currently fluctuates quite a lot too. So I can see that how it complicates. So for Morgan, she acts out scenes as part of her prep. She says, I spend a lot of time daydreaming and thinking about how characters will act, respond, and interact with the world, and try to find their voice more clearly. That such a
I love
fun
that.
thing to do.
Mhm.
I don't act out, but I usually think how they will react to certain things. And if I'm not sure, I write it and see how it goes.
Mhm.
Even if it doesn't end on the draft. Joanne says, I usually draft the characters' personalities and then flesh out the story via writing an outline before I do any actual drafting.
Hmm.
And Eva is like, I don't know.
It's such a good response.
Which I think for what I hear, I gather that Eva does a lot of daydreaming.
Yeah, it seems like it.
Which it's like when she talks about like her stories and the world, I'm like, oh my god, like there's so much, like so much. It's kind of like Laura. The more Laura tells you about her stories, the more you find out, and you're like, how? How do you think of all that?
Oh my god.
So it is like gonna put the best dialogue from my note card for a fic that never got
Yeah,
written
for
here
this next
because it
time.
made me lol. So I was totally on top of things. Don't worry. You on top? Hmm. Oh, oh. You have to find somewhere to put those lines.
I will. I'll try.
That's just so good. Um, do make faces as you do it, Morgan. Like they might, or anyone ever spies through my webcam, they are in for a good laugh. Morgan poops a whole one woman
Oh my
show,
god, incredible.
which it's funny. It sounds fun too. I'm rolling on the ground, dodging swords, bringing out.
Incredible Morgan,
So
yes.
truly an entire show. We'll love to see that, Morgan. He's Nicole says if we're talking about prepping the project, I outlined the F out of it. This happened. This is how the character response react. Some dialogue of it if it comes to me. Nice. Uh, so we apparently have Nia too acts out things and the dialogue out loud, and they dreams a lot. It's a lot.
Okay.
Oh, people would think I had lost my mind if they saw me. I mean, there's a few authors who do that.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys are in good company. Like fight scenes, dancing at the ball, being a dragon. Like how you act out being a dragon. Like, do you start hoarding shiny things? Do you make
You
a
amass
nest?
large
Like,
amounts of wealth. Like,
yeah, do you like roar? Do you like try to spit out fire? Like what does acting as a dragon entail? I love that we kind of like both zero in on the dragon.
yeah, that's the most important part.
Yeah.
One thing I find really fun. I don't
So
do
for
this
Janet,
that often.
yes.
But if you have a character and you have like an actor or an accent or something like that or mannerisms in mind for someone, just like watching like clips of that person like in movies or whatever, and then like it helps me get into headspace of like, or not even a headspace, but just like the speech patterns and the actions and stuff of how I want the character to act or react. Because that can be good.
Yeah, I usually try to find if they have like tick is not the correct word, but if they have like a crutch, they do. Whether it's a word or an action, I try. It doesn't come on the first draft, probably not the second. It's just as I find the voice, I try to add those little quirks.
Yeah, definitely. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Jen says, makes it fun when you're writing at a coffee shop or something and you forget where you are. Oh, that's hilarious.
Oh my god.
Yes, we can all be crazy together. Pretends to blow fire and light. That I'm just trying to picture everyone acting as a dragon. Because I'm just thinking about The Hobbit, the second movie, where there's a dragon most of the movie.
Yeah.
So I'm like, are we that kind of dragon, or are we like a friendly dragon? Like, what kind of dragon are we? Morgan has been wanting to film herself doing the acting, but that makes myself, yeah, definitely. That's okay. Sonia says, my dragons are shifters and like to figure out their manner. Okay, so you're kind of like figuring out how a dragon carries themselves as a human look-alike. Interesting. I just write romance, so no dragons and fun stuff. Yeah.
There can be dragons in romance, right? Depends.
Yeah. Book hoarding dragons. Yeah. I'm doing well with it.
Yeah. Good dragons.
They're not shiny. They're not. None of them are shiny, but I am definitely hoarding books. Oh, every time I move, everyone says the same thing. Why you have so many books? I'm like, because.
Yeah. Yeah, why
Like, that's
not?
the only reason you need, because.
Yeah. It's like, sorry, we're all
Oh, God.
illiterate, but I'm different.
It's like, I'm sorry, my addiction is heavy. Because, God, that there's, like, when you end up with, like, 4 to 5 boxes of books, it can get heavy. Some are friendly, a couple are annoyed by humans, but have to tolerate them. Certainly.
That's
That
relatable.
reminds me, I was reading, I never finished it, and I don't know where my book is at. Talon by Julie Kagawa. Um, and they are dragon shifters.
Hmm.
And they're teenagers. They are, I think, if I remember correctly, they are in LA? In like a beach town or something?
Oh,
Because
wow.
I feel like I feel like one of them is a surfer, and I'm like, interesting.
Okay. That's so funny.
But it's been a while. I haven't finished that book, and I haven't touched it in a long, long time. I don't
Yeah.
even know where the book is at. Um, I had something in my mind, and it just
Okay. It's
went
out there.
away.
The ether.
Uh,
It's the 50 seconds.
yeah, it got to the ether with the 50 seconds. And hopefully they will keep each other company. Anyway, guys, we have worked, I think, sufficiently.
Yeah, we crushed
Probably,
it.
yeah. Probably you still have a lot more to do.
Yeah, but that's okay. I'm gonna try and get
Yeah,
my grading done this weekend so I can do other PhD stuff.
yeah, definitely. No worries, writer brain. Yeah, I mean, it's mostly not writer brain. I'm just tired brain.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Because
just
it's
like kind
just
of hit me all of a sudden too, like because I stopped like trying to do stuff, and my brain's like, okay, we can just sleep now.
yeah, it's a mixture of it's hot. I am a little sleepy. I'm still have a little bit of the cold. I was coughing on that last sprint quite a lot, and I'm like, no.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So I think it's just my body's like, can we go to bed? It's like, can we just call it a night?
Mhm.
You are very, very welcome. I mean, I said they're mid-range productivity sprints, but they're pretty much just like productivity and chatting, productivity and chatting.
Yeah.
Because again, this is all the prepping. Once the life is done, I don't touch that thing until the next Friday.
That's
I don't
so
even
valid.
look at it.
You're so
Um, because the majority of my time is reading the holiday romance and doing notes,
yeah.
and so, and then a few days I write Marina episodes, so I really don't have a lot of time. You're very welcome, Joanne. Uh, it's always fun hanging with you guys too. Even though I did I mean, it's Friday, Niam.
Yeah.
You have the weekend. Um, so things that I remember are gonna happen this weekend. I'm pretty sure tomorrow, Laura is doing her 6 hour stream on Twitch.
Mhm.
Let me catch that link.
Yeah. Amazing.
If anyone is a Twitch user, and you're looking for you have a lot of things to do tomorrow, Laura will cover you for 6 hours. here is Laura's Twitch.
Mhm.
There he goes. That's her Twitch. And what? Is there any? I don't think this weekend we don't have any writer-tons, right? That's the
No,
next.
next weekend is the
I think that's the next weekend. The Storyteller's Heart.
Mhm.
Are you co-hosting any?
Yes, yeah, I'm gonna be on Nia's stream, but I'll be a little bit late because of time zones. But yeah, I will be there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I will be at Jess's on Sunday. I think it's 11 a.m. So yeah. Anywhere they can find you, Anna?
For now, just on Instagram at P and Hugger. That is me.
Perfect. I am here. I am on Instagram. I feel like everywhere but nowhere at the same time. Anyways,
Oh
guys.
my god, the biggest move.
Yeah, it's gonna be an early one for Anna. And the normal Mondays with Des, Tuesdays with Nia, Wednesdays if things are still working out with JC. I think next Thursday is Laura's, not because this past was Tiffany's, and then we'll be back Friday at 8 here again to do more of this. So yeah, just follow the people around. Check out the Google Sheet that we usually have around for YouTube live streams, if that's what you're looking for. And that's it, friends. Have a great weekend and write all the words. Bye.